Thanks for inviting and organizing. Great job, mate. And I enjoyed listening to previous presentations. It's not on-chain, it's on-chain data. We've been covering in the previous presentation also, I see a lot of order books, which is off-chain data. And now we talk in just one before about premises of Bitcoin and how it's beautiful. Let's look at the hard data, which is native, the reputation which is native for Bitcoin. Yeah, and it's actually Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's on-chain data. So I will share now the presentation, which I'm asked to do. Here we go. Trying to do full screen here. Okay. A few words about sentiment. We started 2016 as a year trying to get all the necessary data for analyzing the markets. So we're coming from very pragmatic point of view. How can we understand, analyze the markets? And we deployed and developed quite a few models, mostly based around behavior analytic models. And during the process in 17, quite pretty fast, we found out that on-chain data is a key. Like at the moment, it consists maybe 60% of analysis on-chain data. The rest is also use social data, developer activity data, and trading data too. But on-chain is very important. And we have more than 50 metrics on Bitcoin, Ethereum, ORC tokens, DeFi included. Yeah, and it allows you, once you have structured and built your big data pipelines, to have, in our opinion, the most important part, how the key stakeholders behave. Changes, speculators, whales, developers, crowd, as they actively participating, as they increasing their stake, or as they distributing. You can see it everything on chain. Data is free, so to say, but you need to invest a lot of time, money, knowledge to make use of it. Because the space of on-chain data is huge. I can just say it's huge. There is no way we can cover it in 20 minutes. And actually, it was said to me that I have only 16 because the previous presentation was a bit longer. So I will have to keep it very short and just cover a few very, very basic. Even though basic metrics, they, in my opinion, and quite often we've seen it, can help you to do either analysis if you're a researcher, or trading investment decision if you're participating in it from an investor perspective. And the reasons you will see how I important out. It's very important to understand the biggest risk in crypto assets. They're correcting their price every single time, every single assets. And every time it's not less than 50%. I always emphasize you should take the profits, not because you're a greedy speculator, just because if you want to stay in the space, you want to be fed from the space, you have to realize your profits. Otherwise, I've seen many people, many teams, and just leaving the space, they run out of money. And we ourselves too, as we did after ICO, we cash out into 770. Not everything. We are very believe in the space a lot, but we did at the top, we sell something. It has to be done. And you need to build this knowledge because this is the biggest risk in crypto. The second one is technological. There are some projects which are just failed because of complexity. But this, the one for us as a users, participants, if we're not developing process, you need to know when to exit. And coming to basic metrics, they do help on this perspective too. Now, the first one, daily active addresses. It shows how on daily basis many unique users or addresses, one user can have more than one address. And usually it's how it is. Daily active addresses, how many on daily users they participate in network activity. What it means, it shows is this token usage is growing over time, is the user adoption taking place. It's very important. And the context, in the context of behavior analysis, if you see the price changing over time, the network activity should come up with it. If it's not happening, either it's fake, it can be manipulated by market makers on the centralized exchanges, or if you see it for some time and then it start divergences, we are close to the top. And based on it, we built a model. It proved many times that it can be used for spotting the tops, and quite some of our users use it, hopefully for their benefits. This is how it looks. It's actually, I just took screenshots. If I would have more time, I would use our platform, browsing around, showing how it can be done. But for the sake of shortness of presentation, screenshots. There are two tokens on this example on the left at Ethereum, and there is Chainlink. It was actually used in one of the previous presentations. Green line is the price of an asset. Orange bars, it's network activity. This good examples how it should look like. How it should look like. Price when it's increasing, network activity is increasing. It's new people, users are coming. General activities in the network, including exchanges, whales, small hodlers, interactions between them is increasing. And you will see these blue lines constantly. This is what I show or what I said before, divergency. Close to the top, the price will keep pushing, but network activity is exhausted. So it's a pragmatical use of this metric. And there is a link at the bottom. You can see on our Academy page technical definition, how exactly we build it, long text for developers and for researchers. This is what you're looking for. And this is model how it looks like on our platform. Good. Elixir, this is one. Now, next one. Interesting, established, but still not known by the masses. Age consumed or days destroyed. The meaning of this metric, because I will not go into details how it's calculated, track activity of previously dormant coins. Something is acquired in a normal world. Shares here, tokens, acquired, and is not being moved for a long time. When it starts moving, it has a meaning. When it starts moving in a big amount, so you see it on the charts that something is happening, not one, not two, dozens, hundreds of dormant coins start moving suddenly, there is a meaning behind it. Mostly it points to shift in hodler behavior. They might be panicking or they might be taking profits. They are urged to do something on chain. And keep in mind that doing anything on chain costs money. It's now not so risky because of technology. There are good in wallets and hardware wallets and software to do it, but it always costs you money. You need to set up properly, especially if it's a big amount, execute your transactions. It's not for free. So and whenever we see the spikes in this metric, it always coincides with some specific emotional state of the participants and specific place in the network cycle, a network development cycle. Some charts were like charts. Again, in this case, we show two majors because it works very nicely, or it reflects very nicely the aspect of behavior analysis. Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're very liquid, not in terms of on the trading volumes, but liquid in terms of users. There are thousands, actually, tens and hundreds of thousands of participants. Green line is the price, on the left Bitcoin and right Ethereum. And this now brown bars is this metric, age consumed, days destroyed. So all the spikes, and in the models you define it more clearly what definition of a spike. You can use machine learning, or you can use even simpler method. What is a strong spike? Say in 80% of cases, they happens shortly before turn happens, and it's mostly someone. Again, definition and methodology is a link at the bottom. You can read more. It's I would really emphasize it needs some time first to understand and then to start using it and seeing the usage of it. But combined with the elective addresses, age consumed is the second mostly used metric in our own analysis. Now, the next one is kind of special, unique for Sentiment as a provider. There are others, a few others who do the job too, but not many. What you do is not only you analyze on-chain data, you start labeling and structuring specific entity participating in on-chain activity. So you extract from it exchanges, centralized exchanges. Now we also in Ethereum, we do the same for decentralized exchanges. And in centralized exchanges, most of them have a specific way how they work. So you first deposit, there is deposit addresses, and then exchange move it after some specific limit to the hot wallet and then cold wallet. So there are the cluster of addresses belonging to all centralized exchanges. So the specific one, Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, I don't know, Bitfinex. So, and there are other users who are interacting with them. The meaning of this daily deposits and exchange inflow is the following. How much of related to the whole network activity is now can be addressed to only exchange related activity, because not everything about speculation. And but at specific point of time of the life of the project, there will always be increased level of exchange-related activity. And it's not a surprise that it happens close to the bottoms when people finally panic and try to get something, or shortly after the tops, sometimes shortly before the tops. Specific points of time, there will be increased level of activity involving exchanges. Can be used in many ways. It measures sell side pressure, it reveals, as I said, period of profit taken or holder capitulation, and the models quite often we use it in not only for tops but also panic signals the bottoms. It's one of the metrics which we also use for spotting the bottoms. And I think we used it recently for when DeFi was picking up to do coverage on iFi and Chainlink, like they build the top, because there was some specific structure on exchange-related activity which said us, we should go down. Again, at the bottom, exchange inflow definition methodology, and that probably wrap up the presentation. And just to show the charts for the daily deposits and exchange inflows, this time it's one token, OMG, and on the left there will be daily active deposits, on the right exchange flows. For me, with trend, I see some specific patterns at the moment I look at the charts, but as it takes time, or for data scientists, it's good to build models. And it's a very interesting process. And similar picture, or even more extreme, I think it was for 0x. 0x is another one of attempt to build decentralized exchange protocols. So the same on the left will be how many addresses participated in moving funds to exchanges. On the right, amount of 0x token. So on the left, you can say amount of addresses. On the right, volume which can be moved. And some small promotion. If you want to use Sunbase Pro, you can use specific code, future proof, and you will get discount. But maybe one on the other side, as we ourselves, we have team like around 30 people, and most of them engineers, and data science research is also quite big part. But we very happy, and we have a long track record of sharing access to the data with many researchers. MakerDAO was a long time our main partner. We built for them one of the best, or also the first big data dashboards. And as the interest should be growing, and in my opinion, on-chain data is one of the best entry point for data analysis. In case you want to work with us, just contact us on Discord, and there are many different models how we can do it.